let's come back to the example of a finite field, I mean vector space over finite field. Okay, let's see the example. First example is like, okay, f is a finite field of a q element, let v be a k dimensional vector space over f. Okay, now we will show how many distinct bases, so let's say w, how many distinct bases that w have over f. So since the dimension of w equal to k, any set contained in w with the order k and any basis which is like this, so we have to really combinatorially express in terms of way. So after isomorphism theorem, we know every k dimensional space isomorphic to the field power k, that is f cross dot 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 cross f k times. So there is a really up to isomorphism only one. So every element here w looks like k positions, k tuples, that's a correct word to say. So what we are going to do, actually, we will construct basis, because extension of basis I didn't really clearly explained in my previous lectures. So let's start with that. Okay, now let's say w1, I want to start with the w1, a random vector k tuples, a random vector. So this is a linearly independent as long as it's not equal to 0, right? So only way it can be 0, everywhere I should get 0, but I don't want to do that, so at least one of them non-zero. So how many choices I have here? I have a q. This implies q power k minus one choice. Okay, I'm going to construct really well. Everywhere 0 is only not allowed. Okay, all otherwise some places 0, some place non-zero, at least one place non-zero is allowed. So I will get all combination, any element I can replace here, any q element q, but not all 0. So q power minus 1, and this is the first fit. Next I am constructing w2. w2 should not be a linear combination of w1. So what happens, I have to carefully fill these entries. Okay, very carefully fill these entries, carefully fill these entries, which is not previous linear combination. That means w2 cannot alpha times w1, and this alpha, how many choices I have from f, but f is order q choices I have, so I can fill anything, q power k, I can fill anything, but it's not a exact same repetitive. Let's say here 1 1 1 1, I cannot put 2 2 2 2 like this, just 2 times 1 1 1 like that. So I have to eliminate q possibilities, because this is a vector, w cannot be alpha times w1. This alpha, I have a q choice because the order is q, so I have to eliminate q. Now w3 should not be alpha 1 w1 plus alpha 2 w2. We know, right? Set is linearly independent, or there exists a vector which is a previous linear combination. So w1 w2 after constructing linearly independent, w3 I want to construct, and which is not a previous linear combination. Again I have a q choice. It will combinedly I have q power 2 choices. That means I have for w3 I can anything q power k I can put anything, but I have to really make sure that this is not a previous linear combination of w1 plus w2. So I have to eliminate q square, because here q choice, and combinating is q square. So you know how to construct it. Slowly we can come. So wk I can fill anything, but only the problem, previous wk minus 1 if I constructed, so I have to eliminate q power k minus 1 elements, because it should not be wk should not be linear combination of first k minus 1 element. Okay, that's how it's linearly independent. Once you reach k and the dimension of fk, that is isomorphic w we started with, that is nothing but k, so we are extending the maximum thing. So maximum linear independence set we constructed, w1 dot 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 wk, maximum linear independence set constructed. So finally how many choice we have for w1? Any random vector q power k minus 1, in fact you can put q naught, then q power k minus q. For w2, q power k minus q square dot 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 minus finally q power k minus q k minus 1. Okay, so this many elements. Okay, and this is exactly the construction of a non-singular matrices, I mean invertible matrices. How many invertible matrices over finite field, I will come to that. Okay, now let's go for little more detail. Let V be a n dimensional now vector space over F. Okay, now number of k dimensional, let's say W, number of W k dimensional vector space in how many, question, how many in W. So again the thing is that we know how to calculate k dimensional vectors, distinct thing of k dimensional vector space. Now any W inside V k dimensional, any W inside V is a k dimensional, is actually spanned by k many linearly independent vectors, and that's the basis because maximum is there. So again let's do it slowly, this is very important. I have to choose W1 because this is isomorphic to f power n, this time n positions, n tuples, so I can fill anything because the field order is q, I can fill anything. So q square, anything q cube dot 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 q power n, so this gives q power n, but I cannot fill 0, so I am leaving it. I cannot fill everything is 0, I am leaving it. So what is W2? Again I can fill anything, but it's not a linear combination of the previous one, so I can fill q power n, q n times q power n, but I have to leave because W2 cannot come as alpha times W1, this alpha choice is q. So slowly I can go up to wk, so it's a k dimensional vector space, so it's q power n minus k minus 1. So we got this number, but this is not a final number, sorry, this is not a final number because there might be repetitions. See, this is just for 1k spanning, 1k spanning. There may be internal repetitions also, I have to divide by something to repetition. Okay, so the idea of the repetition, suppose fixed w, which is k dimensional space. Okay, so how many let's say two bases in basis 1 and basis 2 w, the both bases spans the same space, right? So I can maybe here I can also repetitions like that, so I can choose different bases, but this is going to give us same spaces. So this is not exactly the count of the how many wk dimensional vector space inside V, but instead of what we can do, how many, after fixing how many bases can give a same thing. So that is exactly the question of the example 1. From example 1, qk minus 1 minus, sorry, example 1 answers that this many bases can be inside, distinct bases can be inside exactly in W. So finally the answer is the number of k dimensional space over in space in V is equal to Qn minus 1, sorry, 1 Qn minus Q, Qn minus 1 minus Q, minus Qn minus 1, this many, and for the repetition dividends I can be Qn minus Q, just put Qn minus 1 here, sorry, Qk minus 1, Qk minus Kk minus 1, okay, here also K minus 1. So this many k-dimensional vector spaces are there, okay. So this is the final thing, okay. You remember that the question of non-singularity, the matrix of non-singularity, so G, anyway I wanted to talk about this again. Anyway, GLV is a set of all invertible, V to V invertible or non-singular in the finite case. We are in finite case, so non-singular, okay. So what I wanted to tell that GLF is same as GLV in the case. So the non-singular matrices, so the question is that the number of non-singular matrices inside here is same as number of non-singular maps here, I mean invertible linear transformation here. So T goes to V to V. V is n-dimensional space over F. So in the final rank nullity theorem, I proved that if it is invertible or non-singular, basis goes to basis. So whenever you specified by the basis, you got it, okay. Suppose V is a finite dimensional vector space, I have to send basis to basis to get a linear transformation, invertible linear transformation or non-singular, okay. So it is now between two bases, but we know how to calculate basis, right? So GLV is nothing but T V to V invertible or non-singular, nothing but basis goes to basis, some different basis, okay. So one side here, one side I have to fix a basis, another side I have to float the basis to get a different way. So how many distinct bases I have, that many distinct T I can get. So I can float the basis. This is fixed, this is completely determined once you specified in the basis. This is I can float. So basis goes to basis if and only if it is isomorphism or invertible transformation. So I know how many distinct bases I can float around here in V dash. So that is nothing but the count we did in the first case, that is q power n minus 1, q power n minus q dot 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 q power n minus qn minus 1. This is the count, right? I used k here, I used n here, nothing. So this is the idea. So finally what we understood that the number of invertible linear transformation is this much. If you know connection between the matrix, exactly that. This is nothing but GLN of F, where F is Q elements. This is the exactly, okay. Thank you. So I will update some more example maybe later, but this is enough for field and understanding matrices. So I wanted to motivate matrices, that's why I involved these things, okay. Next videos maybe we can see some examples or exercise solutions. Thank you.